So I'm Mark Bennett from Vodafone. Nice to meet you. I head up the global fixed connectivity networks, software-defined networks portfolios. Pleased to be here today in sunny Lisbon. What we're going to show you today is some of the automation that we've been doing. We started a long time ago, software-defined network infrastructure. We moved forward with our carrier Ethernet API products. We introduced quality on demand within our developer marketplace on the 5G and IoT solutions. Today we're going to talk about underlay networks and software-defined WAN and SASE on top of them. The automation we're providing between pretty much enterprise and cloud, and in the future enterprise and AI ecosystems. We'll have a quick demo as well. So let's just go into the presentation. I'm joined by Wale from the team. He leads the portal and managed services. He's going to run the demo. He's doing it live, so he's very, very brave today. Next slide, please. So, interesting, with some insights work, this very much validates what we've heard in the room today. There's one or two nuances, but a lot of ticks. Firstly, the internet is more and more critical for the branch network. It's the primary transport. If it fails, business stops. If it's degraded, business tends to stop. It needs to be high availability and resilient. We can enable that with LEO, with 5G, alongside fixed. The next area is about the dynamic network. Super important, and we know about it, no surprises. But we've also had some quotes from our customers. AI workloads are coming onto our network. They're taking up huge amounts of capacity that we hadn't planned for. And sometimes it's not just about the capacity, it's about latency and deterministic performance that often for inference and agentic AI will be more important than capacity and bandwidth. So that was quite interesting. The other point on AI ops is trust with our customers. Most customers are happy about us bringing in AI, but they need it to put them on the front foot so that they are proactive. They don't want it to change their network infrastructure. It can't be autonomous just yet. So that was quite interesting, useful insights. Final point is simplified network management. Too many portals. And you'll see today that we brought together everything into a single portal for what we're going to talk about. The internet underlay and the SD-WAN SASE use case. Customers also want a lot of support when it comes to security. Sovereignty is very, very important in our European market. Quantum safe for some of our customers. So how are we incorporating that into the solution? What managed services can we provide to help these customers? Next slide, please. So this is the use case we're going to talk through. It's all around SD-WAN and SASE on top of internet and cloud connectivity. Now, what we have done, we sort of aggregate all the customer branches into what we call super POPs. This is edge compute infrastructure on some of our points of presence. Allows us then to provide more deterministic internet performance. What's interesting now is that customers can make changes to network or security policy in less than 5 minutes. It used to be up to 10 days. If they want to change the underlay, they can also do that. Backup ports can be enabled on demand. Primary ports can be turned up and down as required. But we've automated more than the connectivity. We've also automated our testing, our diagnostics, our proactive monitoring. In the past, proactive monitoring might have been people within our network operations centers swivel chairing between screens. Now it's all automated. Automated ticketing, etc. AI running across the top to help the engineers there. Simplifying management control is about the portal. That's what we're going to demo today, our network as a service portal. It's complemented by AI, APIs, and it brings together IT service management with the health of the service and solution the customer's buying. So the benefits are really clear. It's all about reliability, lower TCO, and business agility. Next slide, please. So this is the architecture. And what we're showing here is a combination of off-the-shelf tools, they're sort of in the pinky color, and also self-built tools. The problem is when you get engineers in a room and they're coming up with names, it can be quite dangerous. So you look at some of the names. Danger Mouse, ESM, Yuki Harlock. If you're familiar with Matsumoto Universe, you might recognize Captain Harlock, for example. As I say, really, really dangerous. Key thing is we've built upon our Mplify APIs, east to west, with the full sort of north to south automation using TMF. And you need both to work in harmony to deliver the type of infrastructure that we've been talking about today. So it enables the benefits under our network as a service platform. And the essence of that platform is we're looking to enable enterprise, not just for business transformation, but AI transformation. I think it's going to be super exciting as we evolve on this architecture, with the agentic discussion we've had earlier, the federated AI infrastructure. We'll need to work with you to do that. But I think it's a good foundation on which to build that agentic future. So without further ado, because I don't want to take up too much time, let's go to the demo. Over to Will.
Thank you, Mark. So, as Mark said, one of the major elements that we were taking care of when we created our NAS portal and our NAS strategy is to follow the 7 attributes of NAS coming from Mplify. I'll try as much as possible to point out where this is there. First, we had to not just create this in the matter of let's do it for automation, but to follow actual customer use cases. Customer looking for having a fully managed service with us. Customer looking to have a co-managed service with us, where they can have observability, which will lead them into getting some right actions and so on. At the same time, answering the same questions that goes into each mind of MSPs, how we can protect the network from the customer doing something that would get it down. Starting with this RBAC, we know that customers might have different profiles. A delivery manager who wants to understand where is my deliveries, where is my sites. Part of what we've adopted as well is the modularity. So if customer have one services from us, let's say internet as a standalone, they will just see internet. If they have internet plus SD-WAN plus SD-LAN, they will see multiple blocks. This is a live demo platform. I have some colleagues sitting in Romania and in England putting some data there on actual CPEs belonging into Fortinet to show you this. First thing I'm going to go through is how we're doing an additional element of customer usability, a UX into this. Customer might be recognizing that they are responsible for one area or another, and they are just focused on this area. I want to see what's happening there. I want to have a programmable network as part of the attributes from Mplify. I can go there, and with a click of few buttons, this happens. Yeah. This is what I was worried of. 1 second. We're proving security as well, by the way.
This was all planned.
This was not. Yeah, this is planned, of course.
The beauty of live demo.
Absolutely.
Yes. So. Yeah, yes, you're welcome to the entire experience. And again, everything here is being planned. So anyhow, so we have multiple authenticating factors and so on to manage the security aspect of this. Customer now wants to actually do the work and build some on-demand changes on a specific site. With a few clicks of a button, customer can go up into, let's bring this into the minimum kind of bandwidth so that I can reduce my payment now, or I want to increase it because I have an event like this one that will happen on a specific date. Customer can then select out of the available capacity at the day, and this is part of the automations that we've created, which bandwidth that they want to go to. Customer can then, and this is the programmability part of it, can ask for a future schedule, which can be up into 6 months, where they can specify a date and time. Or they can ask for it now. Now. So this will give customer a very important aspect again, which is I need to understand how much I'm going to pay now. So it will give him the tariff now, which then they can submit, and the order would be fulfilled within the next 5 minutes. Customer can view their orders in isolation, or they can see all of the orders that they have done, and some of them would be programmable per site. Another use case there is related into network engineers. We have two levels of network engineers when it comes into this. A level 1 network engineer where this is a service desk. They don't care about specific parameters. They just want to understand if their site is up and down. Someone calls them somewhere and told them in a branch, we have an issue in connectivity. Now, what we've all seen in terms of this is the following. And this is the part that Mark was talking about. We've provided now automation that would enable the customer to have a true proactive monitoring, proactive ticketing. That means that we're consuming all of the alerts, events coming from our SD-WANs, funneling them, and according to some specifications that we're putting, it will initiate a proactive ticket. As a level 1 engineer, I will just go there and I see that, yes, Vodafone already have a ticket. I don't now need to raise another ticket. How much this is important for the customer and for us as an MSP. Customer can create a service request directly from this site detail, which can enable for fully managed customers and even co-managed customers. If they have an event, I can just go from my mobile and go into this. I have an issue. I'll just create a service request. Vodafone, please change this parameter for me. It might be a policy. It might be close a LAN port, and so on. Customer can raise incidents as well, because we also enabling, as part of our managed service, which is aligned into our NAS propositions, a reactive managed service. I don't want to pay. I'm leading into a retail industry. I need things to be done 8x5 only. I don't work in weekends. Another use case that we're going to display, and I think I only have very few time to do it, is the co-management capability. So this is the level 2, level 3 engineers from the customer wants to understand more details. Normally, if they are going without us, they'll go into 40 manager, for example, in this case, and it will be very overwhelming. What they will get from us is the following. They will be able to see on a high level what's their issues. In isolations, they can see if they need to change a parameter or if they are having any kind of threats coming into their network based on the policies that they've put. They can always also change parameters that we've allowed them to change as part of this. So not everything that they can change, but things that we've allowed them to change that will not break the network. For example, they can add policies for security, URL filtering policies, etc. Last thing that I want to show before we go from here is the following, and this is aligned into the AI conversation. Digital experience monitoring has been one of the most important aspects, and it's a premium service for now. Within what we can do using digital experience monitoring tools, we can identify that this is an AI workload. Up to where it's originated now, it's for humans. In 1 year from now, it would be for AI. So we will be able to track agents, we'll be able to issue incidents, we will be able to issue proactively that we've changed now the parameters because we know that this is unsanctioned agent talking or going into somewhere that is not right or having an issue with their performance. With this, I think I'm 16 seconds above, but I'm happy to receive any questions afterwards.
So thank you, Will. Thank you, everyone. It's not easy to automate north to south, east to west to that extent. A lot of work went into that. And I think it's quite useful. You know, we're in Lisbon. It's a hub. It's connecting Europe, Africa, the Atlantic. What we've shown you is a fabric that's connecting the enterprise, and I think working with you on the standards from Mplify is going to evolve that nicely for agentic AI.